Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm really excited to show you what the new Apiary expansion looks like. Here's Apiary Expanding the Hive. This is the first and only expansion for Apiary, and it is largely a more stuff expansion. So if you liked the things that were in the original Apiary game from Stonemaier Games and designer Connie Vogelmann, then this adds more of that stuff to it. And one of the major design constraints that we approached this expansion with, other than it being very easy to add to the game, is that we wanted everything to fit into the original insert of the game. And one of the bonuses of doing that is it means that we can put everything in a recyclable box. So as soon as you pull everything out of this expansion, you can recycle this box and everything fits very cleanly into the original insert. So this expansion does a few different things. One is we combined the rulebook with the appendix. And so rather than having an appendix for the expansion and then a separate appendix for the core game, where you have a question about a faction and you're looking it up and you're like, oh, I'm in the wrong appendix, I need to go over to the other one. We just reprinted the entire appendix with the new stuff alphabetically and numerically added into this appendix. And we also, really there aren't many new rules for the new expansion, really. It's just how to add the stuff originally to the game, and then a few little rules, just one page of rules for the expansion itself. So everything's consolidated into that appendix. The game, among the more stuff, are more seed cards with some new designs. So there's 15 new seed cards in the game. I'll read a few of them, for example. Here's one that says, pay 2 Queen's Favor to use any one dance twice. And of course, all of them have the ability that you use if you play the card, but also a new endgame ability at the bottom, various endgame abilities. This endgame ability says that if you have this planted under your hive or in your hive, you get 10 points at the end of the game if your faction hex and starting tiles are completely surrounded with tiles. So it gives you a spatial game there. Yeah, just a variety of these cards. There's some that involve discarding exploration tokens. There's ones for decreasing the strength of your worker. Yeah, just a variety of new seed cards here. I talked about the spatial element there, and so I'm going to jump over to one of the big new additions, is that Connie designed 7 new Hive Mats. And here's what those Hive Mats look like. So I'll just flash through them really quick. They're all like these weird, unique designs that spatially, even just when you look at them, feel very different. But they all have different bonuses that you gain when you cover the different hexes in these new hives as well. Not new icons to learn, but just new combinations of things that you can do with these new Hive Mats. I really love the look of these new Hive Mats. The gum in particular, look at this weird, unique shape. I love the filling up this U and finding ways to, you can even fit a frame mat right in the middle of the gum. I'll talk about frames in a second. But yeah, you just get a lot more new ability or new benefits to consider, or new combinations of benefits on these 7 new Hive Mats. Speaking of frames, this is the last big addition to the expansion. Originally in Apiary, the frames were all the same. They were just a way to make your hive bigger if you filled up your hive or you wanted to expand in a certain direction, give you flexibility as to how you were building out your hive. We realized that this was a little design space that we could explore a little bit. And so we added, I believe it's 15 frames. I might have that number incorrect, but it's around 15 frames. It feels like 15, maybe even more. 15 frames that you replace the original frames with these new frames, and these are all unique. So at any given time, you actually have 2 piles of these face up on the table, and whenever you gain a frame, you gain from the top one from either pile. And they all have different benefits. Like this one just gives you some basic resources. This one lets you convert when covered, you can convert exploration tokens to better benefits. This one also has a conversion with basic resources. This one there's another conversion one. We added lots of things to do with exploration tokens after you have them, because they don't typically do much after that. This one just gives you some points. This one's really powerful. It just lets you plant a card, but only one little benefit there. So just a wide variety of different frames. It's just it doesn't add any rules overhead, but it adds a lot of replayability and variety to the game because you now have this unique way to expand your hive. In addition to that, we have a bunch of other new things. Like we have new dance tiles, 3 of them in total. We have a new faction and a reprint of 2 existing factions. Let's see, I believe Artie and Sekro were updated based on feedback that we got from a lot of people playing Apiary. And then we added 1 new faction. Why only 1? Because again, the design constraint for this expansion was for it to fit into the original insert. So there was only really room to add 1 new faction. And then a bunch of new tiles that are kind of scattered all over my desk right now, but a bunch of new tiles. I think there's 1 or 2 reprints in here that were revised, but just a variety of new farm, recruit development, and carving tiles to add more variety and replayability to the game. And last, we did add, oh, I didn't hold up the new dance tokens. So I held up the dance tiles, but not the dance tokens. There are more dance tokens to have you create dances in the game. And then last, there are some new exploration tokens, some that give you workers, some that manipulate the value of your workers. That's a -1 there. Here's one that gives you a seed card. Yeah, just a variety of exploration tokens added to the game. So yeah, it's really my favorite type of expansion. It's the type of expansion that you open up, you put into the core game, you shuffle everything into the core game, and you never think about it again. It doesn't even... It feels like an expansion that you're getting new stuff. So if you know Apiary really well, you know that you're getting new stuff. But it doesn't... There's no rules overhead. It increases replayability. It is just as easy to introduce to a new player than the original game. And with these small changes, these small tweaks, a few of the replacement tiles, the small adjustments that give you more things to do with exploration tokens, things that detract a little bit from just drawing a bunch of seed cards and then playing them all on one turn near the end of the game. Some small adjustments based on all that feedback that we got after people played Apiary in the dozens of times per person really helped us make the game more streamlined and an improved gameplay as well. So again, that I think was already very well received by people. A game that I love, I think is even better now thanks to the expansion. So yeah, those are my kind of my summary of the Apiary expanding the Hive expansion. I can't wait to hear what you think after you get the chance to play it. And yeah, let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Thanks.